I get one question often asked: what smartphone should I buy? And for that, I often reply with the price bracket and what's your primary need of a smartphone. Hey, what's up guys? I'm Balshankar back with another video, and this is my perfect Android smartphone. Let's start with the design. I like a phone that's obviously unique, and to a certain extent, this is something one could do with the help of a case, adding a bit of personality with protection, and my choice of design is metal glass build. I love the industrial look of Sony Xperia phones, mostly because it's a well-balanced design, and it's something that won't get faded with the years. Oh, by the way, Corning Gorilla Glass is very much important when it comes to a glass build smartphone. I don't mind the camera bump, but it's well off if it's flushed within the body. When it comes to the front, a vibrant 1080p screen. Technically, a 1080p screen in 2017 is a mid-range, but in real-life situation, a 1080p screen is something all we need, as there ain't much visible difference between a 1080p screen and a 2K display. A vibrant bright panel do satisfy most of our needs. Having an amazing display without having a speaker enough to complement it would be a plain sadness, and I have used a couple of smartphones with Dolby Atmos sound system, and that's what I need, a dual Dolby Atmos speakers. I don't mind the placement as long as it's audible. When it comes to the raw processing power, a Snapdragon 600 series processor of that year coupled with that year's Adreno GPU would satisfy most of our needs. A Snapdragon 600 series processor has evolved so much that we could run almost every game out there in the Play Store, and since our choice of display is 1080p, there aren't much horsepower needed for the processor to lighten up the pixel. I mean, this is something that well described in the phones like Moto Z Play, the Moto G5 Plus, the Xiaomi Redmi Note 4. Again, a 3 or 4 GB of RAM would be enough for me, as I always kill my background apps right after I'm done with it. And a 32 GB internal storage and a microSD card slot, along with a proper dual SIM support and not the hybrid SIM. And yes, a 4G LTE and a voltage support. Other connectivity should include a micro USB Type-C and a 3.5mm audio jack. Up until this might be any other mid-range smartphone, but there is something I think the smartphone market should change, and that's the cameras. A premium camera system that is used in flagship. There should be no compromise when it comes to the both front and the back cameras. And this is the only department where the smartphone manufacturers disappoints me. Just in a case of Moto Z Play, it's got everything right, but not the cameras. Don't get me wrong, it's a very decent camera, but not up to the mark when we compare this camera performance with the rest of the phone. I really don't care how many megapixels does the camera have. In real life situation, megapixel isn't something that decide how the camera performs, but that's a topic for another video. Any phone is incomplete without a battery, and with our specs, a battery that is more than 3000 mAh could theoretically last almost a day, and that's all we need. Finally, the pricing. This is what decides how good the phone is, at least in markets like India. And this would be a great phone if the manufacturer could make it and sell it for consumer market for less than 20,000 rupees. But that's something only manufacturers like Xiaomi can pull it off, making a very decent phone with a very minimum budget and still make a profit out of it. And for other established and sometimes greedy manufacturers, a pricing less than 25,000 rupees would be a clear winner. That is until a manufacturer offers a good software support. And I think LG and Motorola is doing a great job when it comes to the software lately. And something of a personal preference, I like pure Android vanilla with app drawers and neat animation, and with the latest and the greatest of Android platform offered in that year. So what do you guys think? Do you agree with me? Do let me know in the comment section below. And as always guys, thank you guys for watching, it means a lot to me. If you like this video, make sure to put us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more. Thank you.